Right now, as you watch this, billions of moments are dying and being born simultaneously. But what if I told you that none of these moments are actually happening? What if the entire flow of time, your childhood, this very breath, your future death, is just one eternal thought in the mind of the divine? Ibn Arabi, the greatest mystic who ever lived, discovered something that would shatter everything you think you know about reality. Welcome to a journey beyond the illusion of time itself. I'm here to share with you the most profound secret that has ever been whispered in the corridors of eternity. A secret that will change not just how you think about time, but how you experience every single moment of your existence. 800 years ago, in the mountains of Andalusia, a man named Ibn Arabi received a vision so extraordinary that it would revolutionize human understanding of reality. What he discovered wasn't just philosophy, it was a direct encounter with the very fabric of existence itself. Think about this for a moment. You remember being 5 years old. You can almost taste that birthday cake, feel the warmth of candles on your face. But where is that 5-year-old now? You say they're gone, lost to time. But what if they're not gone at all? Ibn Arabi would tell you something that might disturb your sleep tonight. That 5-year-old is still blowing out candles right now in the eternal consciousness of God. Not as a memory, but as a living, breathing reality. You see, we've been taught to think of time as a river, flowing from past to future, carrying us along like leaves on water. But Ibn Arabi discovered that time isn't a river at all. It's not even a stream. Time, he realized, is more like a vast, infinite lake, and every moment that has ever been or ever will be exists simultaneously on its surface. But here's where it gets truly mystical. That lake isn't separate from you. That lake is the consciousness of the divine, and you, every version of you that has ever existed, are thoughts within that consciousness. In his masterwork, Ibn Arabi writes, "Know that you are an imagination, and everything you perceive and say to yourself, 'This is not me,' is also an imagination. So the whole existence is imagination within imagination." But what does this actually mean for your life? Imagine, if you will, that God is dreaming. In this dream, infinite stories unfold simultaneously. Your story, my story. The story of every soul that has ever drawn breath. But unlike our dreams, which fade when we wake, God's dream is eternal, ever present, more real than what we call reality. You are a character in this divine dream, but here's the beautiful paradox. You are also the dreamer. The consciousness experiencing your life is not separate from the consciousness that dreams all of existence. Ibn Arabi called this the unity of being, wahdat al-wujud. When you were born, you didn't enter time. Time entered you. When you die, you won't leave time. Time will simply return to its source, the timeless awareness that you have always been. Think about your dreams last night. In your dream, you experienced a full sequence of events, conversations, emotions, entire lifetimes compressed into moments. But when you woke up, how much clock time had actually passed? Perhaps minutes, yet within the dream you lived hours, maybe years. Now expand this. What if your entire earthly existence, from birth to death, is like that dream sequence? What if 70 years of human life is just a single thought in the mind of eternity? This isn't merely philosophical speculation. This understanding transforms everything about how you live. If time is God's dream, then your past isn't behind you. It's alive in the eternal now. Your childhood wonder isn't lost, it's present. Your future enlightenment isn't distant, it's happening right now. But more profound still, if you understand that you exist within divine consciousness, then every moment becomes sacred. Every breath becomes prayer. Every heartbeat becomes a note in the infinite symphony of being. Ibn Arabi taught that the mystic who truly grasps this reality stops running toward tomorrow. They stop mourning yesterday. They begin to live in what he called the eternal now, not as a moment in time, but as the timeless source from which all moments appear. This is why the great Sufis seem to possess such profound peace. They're not waiting for enlightenment. They know they are enlightenment itself, dreamed into existence by the very consciousness they seek. But here's where Ibn Arabi's teaching becomes beautifully complex. Even though time is ultimately illusory, we must still live within it. Even though we are characters in God's dream, we must still play our roles with complete sincerity. This is what he called the bewilderment of the mystic, knowing that nothing is real while simultaneously knowing that everything is sacred. You still brush your teeth in the morning. You still feel sadness when you lose someone you love. You still plan for the future, but now you do these things with a different understanding. You participate fully in the dream while never forgetting that it is a dream. This creates a remarkable paradox. The more you realize that time is illusion, the more precious each moment becomes. When you know that your entire life is just one breath in the lungs of eternity, every breath becomes infinitely valuable. Ibn Arabi writes, "Do not attach yourself to any particular creed exclusively so that you may disbelieve all the rest. Otherwise you will lose much. Good, nay, you will fail to recognize the real truth of the matter." The same applies to time itself. Do not attach yourself exclusively to linear thinking, or you will miss the eternal reality that underlies every moment. So how do you live this understanding? How do you function in a world built on schedules and deadlines when you know that time itself is divine imagination? Ibn Arabi's answer is beautifully practical. You become present. Not present to time, but present to the timeless awareness that experiences time. When you eat, you're not just eating food in a moment of time. You're participating in the eternal act of divine nourishment. When you love, you're not just feeling an emotion that will pass. You're expressing the infinite love that dreams all existence into being. This is why Sufi mystics often seem to glow with an inner light. They've discovered the secret. They are the light, temporarily forgetting itself in the beautiful game of being human. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can live as though time is your master, rushing toward an uncertain future, fleeing from an unchangeable past. Or you can live as though you are time's source, eternal consciousness playing in the fields of temporal experience. Ibn Arabi called the higher spiritual state fana fil waqt, dissolution in the moment. Not dissolution in time, but dissolution in the eternal now that gives birth to all time. When this happens, something extraordinary occurs. You stop aging in your soul. Your body may grow older, but your essence remains forever young because you've remembered your timeless nature. You stop fearing death because you realize you were never born. You stop grasping for more time because you discover you are time itself. Not time as duration, but time as the eternal creativity of divine consciousness. This doesn't make you passive or detached. Quite the opposite. It makes you fully alive, completely engaged, totally present. Because now you know the secret. This moment, this eternal, ever-present now, is the only moment that has ever existed or ever will exist. As we finish this journey together, I want you to try something. Close your eyes for just a moment. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeat. Now ask yourself, is this breath happening in time, or is time happening in this breath? If Ibn Arabi is right, and 8 centuries of mystical experience suggests he is, then right now, as you breathe, you are breathing in the dreams of God. You are the eternal consciousness that dreams all of time into existence. temporarily forgetting your infinite nature to play in the beautiful illusion of being human. The mystic's path is simple. Remember who you really are, not in time, but as the timeless awareness in which all time appears. And perhaps, in this remembering, you'll discover that you were never seeking enlightenment at all. You were just God, dreaming of seeking yourself, finally ready to wake up and smile at the beautiful joke of existence. Time isn't real, but you are more real than anything that has ever existed. Welcome to the eternal now.